Hello, welcome, test. Hello everyone, welcome to the live stream. Where are we? Where am I? Hello. Nice music, thanks. Spotify. Start of the week, let's go. My start of the week's been a weird one. I'd planned to go to London today, but I had to cancel it last minute because supposed to be doing some biocide, and the weather's just not good. I've had to rearrange this job 3 times now. It's very annoying. Rob, welcome. Green Acres. Martin, Tracy, Barkley, Wash Fix. God, everyone's here straight away. Straight away, everyone's just like straight in. This is crazy. I appreciate you all watching, by the way. I never thought this would be a thing. You click live and then all of a sudden there's like 20 odd people in the chat instantly. It's crazy. What's the going rate for biocide block paving per square metre? I charge around about £10 per square metre. At a minimum of like £75. So my prices start from like £75 and then £10 per square metre after that. Russ, welcome. Shay, how you doing? Urban Detail, welcome. If you are a novice, what is the best place to get sodium hypochlorite and biocide, which isn't... Don't know what you're about to say, but welcome to the live stream, everyone. I get mine from TFM Farm Shops. Farm Store. You're gonna fly smelt. This place.
I'd rather try and accomplish something great and fail than try to accomplish nothing and fully succeed. If there's one thing I know for sure, it's that I know nothing. I wish the stars were out tonight.
This is where I get mine from. There's a few across the UK actually. So that's a decent price for hypo. And then they also do this like green clear, I think it's called, which is a type of biocide. I've never bought it. Not today. Maybe later. Algae remover. I'm not seeing it now. Yeah, I don't know, but they've got some sort of biocide on this website. I'm not sure. You can also get it from Amazon. If you type in sodium hypochlorite on Amazon, you can get the Liquipack stuff. This stuff. Some of them that they do some surfactant with it as well. You can buy like a multi-pack that's got surfactant in it, so that might be useful for you. Not sure. That's more than I was thinking of charging. I pressure wash for less. Well, I mean, it's a very specialist service. How many people that aren't in the sort of online pressure washing space? Say your average Joe just going out doing pressure washing and stuff. How many of those people are going to be offering things like biocide treatments? How many of those people offer chemical treatments at all? Do you know what I mean? So they pay for your knowledge, the specialist service that you offer, and the product. It does a good job. Biocide does a good job. So welcome everyone. I think Darren might be popping in to say hi at some point. Let's go in here just in case. I'm not sure if he is just yet, but that's more than I was thinking of charging. How weird is this? What? How weird is what? Bruno, welcome. I've pressure washed a 100 meter square driveway and they want prevention. I was thinking around £2 per square meter. Yeah, you could do that. I mean, if you're happy with that price, if that covers the cost of your materials and you know how long it's going to take you, absolutely fine. Charge what you like, mate. Just because I charge something, it doesn't mean you have to do the same, you know. How are you finding the new van? Messy. It's this was my fear, that now that I've got more space, I'd like just fill it, and that's happened. I've got bags of sand in there now for no reason. I've got all my roof scraping heads and stuff just floating around in the back. I've actually got another machine in there now. I'll show you what I'm repping at the moment. So this is what I've got in there at the moment. And it's a machine from Pressure Washer Sales and Service that I'm going to be doing a video on at the end of this week. So I've got their bin as well. A couple of different nozzles to try out. 15 litre, 250 bar, Honda GX 390. Yeah, I've got a couple of bits to do on it this week. I'm going to be filming a video. That should be the next video, hopefully. If I can get it all done by then. Yeah, I've just got loads of chaff in it, basically. Also, the engine warning lights come back on, so I got it cleared. The mechanic said that it was the NOx sensor, NOx sensor, and he said it'll probably come back on. I've cleared it for now. If it's not causing you any problems, I wouldn't worry about it. I don't think it's the actual sensor, because that got replaced a couple of years ago. I think it's something that's throwing off the sensor. I'm not sure. So that's a bit disappointing. Other than that, it's great. It's running fine. I've got a squeaky clutch pedal, which is really annoying. You can hear it. It's like this chair. You can hear it creaking every time I depress the pedal, which is annoying. But other than that, it's great. Very big. Yeah. It's nice just having stuff. Having the stuff I need. You know what I mean? I watched your live stream last week, and then I was out window cleaning down my way. Just happened to say hello to some guy. We chatted for 5 minutes. Then he said he watched you on the live stream. No way. Wow. That's amazing. What? I'm all over the place now, ain't I? All over the YouTube. It's pretty mad that I saw a post on Facebook the other day saying someone said, here's the YouTubers that I watch, and does anyone else have any that you'd recommend, sort of thing. And I was on the list. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Question about your hose. I bought a 3/4 inch hose and had to jam it in a hose lock 1/2 inch connector. Where can I get the 3/4 inch connector that I can link to my float? So I know for a fact that these guys do them. Pressure Washer Sales and Service, because they've got these brass ones. I might have a picture actually. Let me see if I got a picture for you. Like these ones. These are the ones they sell. This is their workbench that I took pictures on. That's their 3/4 inch hose as well. They also do like the other barbed ones as well, so if you've got to link it to a specific thing, they'll have what you need basically. That's their phone number if you want to get in touch. That's their buffer tank layout. So they've got a return to tank here, and then they've got the float valve here, and then the filter that goes onto the bulkhead connector down the bottom. Off, get off. Hello, bro. Jonathan, welcome. John Summers, how you doing? It's Monday already. Do you know what? I really look forward to these now. Like, it gets to like Wednesday, Thursday, and I'm like, I might do another live stream midweek, but no one will watch. Because I suppose everyone's used to me being here on Monday night. I was thinking about doing one like midweek, but I thought I'll save it. I didn't really have anything to say. I just sort of wanted to jump on and say hello to everyone. 50 litre per minute. No, 15. 1-5. Hi Jake, hope all is well. Now's welcome. Just watched your jointing video. You did a top job. Thanks, mate. I've done a couple of big jointing jobs. You can find them actually in the boosted members image pack. So you can actually use them too. This was all used with the Sika stuff, the Sika jointing compound, and it did a decent enough job, to be fair. This is a massive one I did 250 square meters. This killed me. This took like 4 days in Wales in a hotel. Totally underestimated this one. But where's the other photo there? Big massive house. There was some loose slabs on this one as well, but I mean the difference is amazing really. When you look at all the grass and stuff growing through. I mean, I'm guessing that'll take, no time to start coming back through again, but I can't remember whether it was coming through the joints or whether it was just on top. But yeah, very good difference there. It's annoying, you can see the sort of residue on top. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to like rinse and get all that off the surface afterwards. I mean, it will dust off like the next day when it's started to dry. You can just give it a light brush with a soft broom and it'll all come off. But for the photos, I want it to look perfect, and it's quite difficult to do on the day when everything's wet. I wonder if I use a softer brush, it might be easier. I'm using quite a big stiff brush, so I don't know. Hey up shag bag. First roof clean done today, and what a nightmare I had. I think my pump packed in on the pressure washer. I had pressure but very little, so I had to get on the roof ladders to clean it. No way. What a disaster. That's the last thing you need. I mean, roof cleans are pretty intense anyway, but then having issues while you're on a roof clean. How did you end up doing it off the roof ladders then? Did you still use your pressure washer, or did you have to scrape it or something? Sorry, what's the new pressure washer for? That is just a pressure washer that I'm renting to do a video, like a sponsored video for next week. Yeah, PWS sell those connectors as well, yeah. Yeah, and the same guy will be on here watching you. Your name's getting out there. Some other window cleaner to me mentioned your name the other day. I'm watching this on my phone. I want to watch it on TV on YouTube. Do you know how I can get the live stream? I can see your videos, but not the live stream. Are you just using the YouTube app? Because if you're using the YouTube app, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this at all, but open YouTube, and then you want to go to me. Oh god. So if you go to my main page, then you've got like videos, shorts, live, and then there I am. You can click on the live stream. I don't know if you can see that at all. That's a terrible explanation, isn't it? And then if you've got a Chromecast plugged into the back of your TV, you can just hit the cast button and send it to your TV. Yeah. What do you charge for jointing? Do you price per meter squared? Yeah, generally. It normally works out at around between about 9 and 11 meters squared. Sorry, between about 9 and 11 pound per square meter. That's including cleaning, grinding, including the materials. And if anyone's struggling with their pricing, just go to smelt.club. Oops. I should add it to here, really, shouldn't I? I just don't know how much of a demand there is for that sort of information. So you can type in like 75 square meters here. I suppose you could. The other thing you can do to work out how much you're going to need is go to Pure Seal. Go on their shop. I'll find a link to this because it's quite useful. Type in joint it into the shop. Joint it simple. And then you can go down here to this link, the application guide. Oh, did you hear that? I might add this link to my website actually. Product calculator. All this is taking a while to load. And then you just pick which product you want. They've got the Joint It Fine as well, which I'm quite keen to use this year. So for the job I've got next week, or this week, 90 meters squared. Slab width, they are 600 by 900. The joint width is around about 1.5. And the joint depth is going to be around 2.5. Calculate, and it says I'm going to need 7 buckets of 20 kilogram jointing compound. You've got to take that with a pinch of salt because it's not taking into account any edges that drop off. This is just a square with edges all the way around. So for a path, for example, where you've just got a single slabbed path, you're only filling the joints in between. You're not filling the ones on the outside because there are no joints on the outside. And also the joint widths are going to be all different sizes as well. So you've got to take it with a pinch of salt, but it's good to get like a rough estimate. But you always want to go at least 25 mil deep. It says at least 3 mil wide there, but oh yeah, I put 15 mil, didn't I? About 1.5 centimeters. Yeah, that's right. What do you charge for repointing? I think I've just answered that one. Evening, Richard. Welcome. I'm from Wales. Where in Wales was it? I have no idea, mate. I literally, I'm terrible when it comes to geography. I just type it in the sat nav and it takes me there. Is that bad? That's pretty bad, isn't it? No idea where in Wales it was. It was 2 hours away. That's all I can tell you. Put it in my sat nav. Look for the nearest hotel. Job done. I use a stiff brush first, then a soft brush after jointing. Nice, that's good information. I've been meaning to get a soft brush for a while because I think it might help with certain resanding jobs as well, but I'm not sure. Should just notice if you're on the same network. My phone will say, do you want to connect? Then you can type in phone and watch TV. I used my pressure washer, but it took ages. So like I'm paying a visit to PWS. Do you know what might have gone wrong with your pressure washer then? Have you got any inkling? Have you just lost pressure? Is the water still coming out but you've just lost pressure? Have you tried different nozzles? Have you tried turning your loader valve up? Have you tried adjusting the revs? Sounds silly, but have you turned the choke off? Have you gotten the fuel? Like, is the fuel switch on? There's lots of little things that it could be. Have you got air trapped in your feed hose and your suction hose? Jake, can you add mileage to the quote tool, please? Yes. Yeah, I could do, I suppose. What are we talking, like 45p a mile? That's a really good idea, actually, because you could just set your base price per mile and then just add it in. That's a good idea. Yeah, I'll do that. I haven't looked at that quoting tool in a long time. There's a few things I do want to add to it. Sounds like you broke your neck. I do that every day. Crack my neck. It's probably going to give me arthritis, isn't it? That driveway you did the other day with the coloured blocks looked awesome. Thanks, mate. I was really happy with that one, actually. It was a really nice transformation. And I like this is probably one of my favourite photos in pressure washing that I've ever taken. Like that one, I think, is probably one of my favourite photos. Look at that. It's just so crispy and beautiful. And this one's not bad either. I don't know if anyone can notice, but I can see quite clearly there are some streaks going sideways across these blocks. And I think that's my turbo nozzle marks. I think the average person wouldn't catch it. They wouldn't see it, but I think I might have slightly etched these bricks with the turbo nozzle because I was using very, very high pressure. I wasn't going the whole 30 litres per minute, but I was getting up there. Look at that sand. I love this photo. It just looks so satisfying. And then when it's wet as well. And this photo I liked as well. Look at that lighting. Oh, that is perfect lighting. If she didn't have... We took about 4 of these and she just couldn't smile properly. So she ended up just putting the glass up to her mouth. But look at this. How nice is that? I should have punched the colours up a bit on the saturation there. But I just thought, nah, I don't need a filter for this one. It looks good enough. Could have adjusted the brightness and the saturation a bit on that one, but nice difference, isn't it? Millhouse, welcome. Just watched your video earlier, looked amazing. Was watching Squeaky Clean Dave earlier. Was saying you should get the soft wash guy on. Does all types of render cleans and that, great jobs. The soft wash guy. This chappie. I can't say I've watched any of his videos. That's mad. How does he get so many frequent render cleans? I suppose when you live in certain areas. Is that Doug Flynn? Looks a bit like Doug in that. Oh no, it's not. Look how many render cleans he does. I'll have to watch this chappie. Subbed. Yeah, he must live by the coast to have that many render jobs, because I think a lot of coastal houses are generally rendered. I can't remember the reason for that. Paul Driver, Jet Ready, got a great video on YouTube using Joint It. This chap, I recognise him. I think he's just done a render clean as well, hasn't he? Or is that someone else? Yeah, look, I've just watched this video, this render cleaning video. He looks quite, his videos look quite professional. Very sort of staged. Whereas I just sort of wing it and I just film whatever I'm doing, but he sort of sets the cameras up and he knows what he's about to say. Early job on tomorrow. Going to watch that jointing video because I might be able to upsell that as a job I have Wednesday. Nice, Jonathan. Awesome. Yeah, it's always good to look to upsell things. I think that's the benefit of visiting jobs in person and quoting in person, because you'll miss stuff if you quote them remotely, or if you ask the person for photos, you won't necessarily catch everything. Like I went and looked at a job the other day, and they asked me to clear their gutters and wash their printed block paving. And because I could have given them the prices remotely, because you know I knew what the area looked like just from the pictures. But I said, have you considered having this? Did I say block paving? I meant printed concrete. I said, have you considered having it resealed and tinted? You can have, because it's quite a pale one and it's quite faded. I said you could have tint, like a tint applied to this one. And then we started walking down the garden and they had this Indian sandstone bit, and so I give them a price for that as well. I said you could have this repointed as well if you wanted to. I know you've got quite a lot of weeds coming through, and once it's cleaned that's going to leave loads of holes. Do you want to, have you considered having this repointed? And so like a £300 job turned into about an £800 job, and they accepted all the work and stuff. So it couldn't, I wasn't playing the hard sell or anything. I was just asking questions, and they were sort of discussing it amongst each other and say, yeah, you could give us a price for that. And I just sent them a text, broke all the different services down, and said just pick and choose which ones you want doing. Understand if you don't want everything done at once. Totally get it. And they said, yeah, we'll have the lot. So it's worth doing. Homes welcome. I've got a 600 metre squared school block paving job coming up. I'm just completing my cost risk assessment at the moment. 600 metres squared. That's insane. Are you going to be resanding that? And is it permeable block paving, or is it just normal? That's a massive job, mate. Well done. Even if you don't get it, it's a good experience going and quoting something like that. I did a garden centre recently that was, how many metres squared was it? I can't remember how big it was. I think it was over 325 metres squared or something. I can't remember how big that was now, actually. I wonder, is it on my YouTube? Did I say? No. Yeah, I mean, even the one I did absolutely took it out of me. So, how long are you expecting that to take, Holmes? This one. Yeah, 325 metres squared. And it took 11 hours across 2 days. Plus sanding and biociding. So, for me, this was huge. Like, one person, a turbo nozzle, and a dream. And luckily the water pressure was fantastic. The draining was easy. The drainage was easy, else it could have took twice as long. But that's a big old job to be doing, mate. You're going to be doing it on your own. When quoting and then price comes to a weird number like £113.50, are you rounding it or giving it exact? I always give like a rounded one, generally round up. And also, some people will, because I like to send my measurements so that they can see I've actually measured it properly. Sometimes it'll come out as 92 square meters, and I'll just round that up to 95 square meters. I'll always do it in multiples of 5. Pretty much the same with the pricing as well. It's always multiples of 5. Love to know more about soft washing. Yeah, we'll have to. I'll watch some of his videos. Sorry about this squeaky chair. It's really annoying. Browns, welcome. Welcome back. I haven't seen your name here for a while. Quick question about hypo. Will hypo after cleaning block paving help prevent weeds and moss coming back too quickly? If not, can you advise a good treatment? It will definitely help. The first thing it will do is bleach the roots and potentially kill some of the roots that are left in between the block paving. And second of all, when it goes dormant after it's completed its chemical reaction, so after a couple of hours, sodium hypochlorite is sodium, it's salt, it just turns to salt afterwards. And so if you don't rinse it too aggressively, chances are some of that salt is going to sit between the joints, and weeds don't like salt. If you spread salt over if you mix salt and water together and spray it over a bunch of weeds, they'll dehydrate and die. So it can definitely help. It's better than doing nothing at all. There's some acetic acid based products that you can use beforehand. You just got to be careful, because to apply things like weed killer you need a PA1 and a PA6 license. Always best to pre-treat weeds than to post-treat them. So if you've got a very weedy area and you're able to legally, you want to go in first with weed killer, very strong weed killer, 48 hours, and they'll mostly be dead. And then you pressure wash it. You don't want to pressure wash first and then apply weed killer. It'll be pretty much useless. Weed killer is absorbed through the leaves, not through the roots. So you want to kill them while they're still, there. Post-treatment for weeds. Even biocide's not gonna prevent weed regrowth, really. I don't know, mate, other than getting your customer to stay on top of it. And normally you can say to them, look, nothing I do and nothing you do is going to prevent weeds coming back unless you cement the whole area, and eventually they'll come back anyway. But you can say, look, I'll pressure wash the area today. I'll treat it with my chemicals. But now that it's all nice and clean and it's brand new, pristine, you want to keep on top of it. The first sign of those weeds popping back up through, you want to start treating them with weed killer and just stay on top of it. The last thing you want to do is let it all grow back and get crazy and then call me back again next year and we're starting again from stage 1. Just get them to keep on top of it. Get out there every month. Maybe recommend a weed killer to them. Pass the onus on to them, because you can't make any guarantees or warranties when it comes to Mother Nature. So just protect yourself. Don't make any promises. That's the worst thing you can do. Worst thing you can do is say, oh look, I'm offering this sealing service now, so I'll pressure wash it, chemically treat it, sand it, seal it, and you won't have weeds again. And you're lying to them, because you will have weeds again. The weeds will come back. It's just a matter of time. Sealing that sand between the joints will help prevent the weeds from coming back so quickly, but they will always come back and they'll always pop back through. So don't make any promises. I shall get very unhappy customers asking you to come back and do the job again for free. It's all he does is render cleans. Okay. Hi guys, I've missed the start, but as someone asked the question about soft washing, Jake, have you done some render cleaning with hypo? Any suggestions? of great results with the right mixtures. You might want to watch Squeaky Clean Dave's latest video. He's got a good one. He's just done a render clean. I don't think I've ever... I think I've done two. One render clean with H2O restorations in Bromsgrove. We're just cleaning a new build. Getting some dust marks off of a new build render clean. But when it comes to like algae, I've done some lower walls and stuff, but nothing crazy. I'd assume it's just like a hot mix of hypo, so like a 1 to 3 mix of hypo. Spray it on, pressure wash it off and rinse it. And anything that's remaining, normally it's like red algae that sticks around. And rust is quite common on render as well, from like, you know, badly fitted whatevers. Hypo, post-treatment of biocide. And biocide will normally clear everything. I've seen something on the approved applicators group today on the Pure Seal page, and he literally just applied biocide back 50 from Pure Seal to all this render. It was green before, and then literally revisited a week later or 2 weeks later, I can't remember, and it was all gone. It looked brand new. He hadn't even pressure washed it. So biocide might be the way forward. I don't know. I think you got to watch out with hypo if there's any like lead flashing or metal anywhere. It'll like oxidize and react and potentially rust. So you've got to be careful with hypo. Biocide isn't as reactive with random surfaces. It's a little bit safer to use biocide in terms of it not reacting with stuff. It's Sienna's uncle. Have you got your new van wrapped yet? And when can we expect a tour? I've done a little video, this video last week. That sort of gives you a bit of a tour of the van. I've not had it wrapped yet, just because I'm waiting for a quote. Sophie's cousin does wrapping over in Bromsgrove. I'm just waiting for him to get back to me with a quote. And it does mean like I lose the van for a day, so I've got to be strategic of when I have it done. Oh, nice. Smart exterior. I was looking in the Discord the other day. Oh, was that Darren? How long have you been there? Hello, mate. I can't hear him.
Oh, wait there.
There he is. I can hear you.
Hiya.
How long have you been sneaking around there for?
Just loitering. Just loitering. Let me get the feed up, my Jake.
Yeah, no worries.
I can see the comments. Are we live?
We're live.
Coming to you from PWS Towers here in Stafford tonight. It's a special night.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Where's Daniel?
Do I need to turn up?
Is he camera shy?
He's hiding. No, he's just... I put the blur on so you can't see him in the background. I want to make sure the focus is right. Let me set the computer up right, and then we'll bring Daniel's son in.
You look younger. Have you had a trim? You trimmed your beard, haven't you?
I've had a little trim, yeah. I just, when you're yeah, I have. Let me get rid of that noise there.
There he is.
Hold on. Is he here? The camera's... Here you go. What?
For those of you that haven't met him yet, Daniel is from ProGrip. This is the founder of ProGrip.
Yes. Say hello. Hello.
Are you working on something over there? What are you two doing? Spending a dark evening together
we're
in the shop.
Big things coming. We're definitely doing nothing at all.
He's been trying to lure me to his shop at night. You got to be careful because I don't know what his intentions are.
They're not good. Somebody as pretty as you, Jake. Bad things can happen.
What are you up to then? What are you doing today?
So do you
I'll leave you to.
you want me to tell everybody? So basically, the long and short of the story is, myself and Danielson might be partners in ProGrip, and we might be planning pressure washer world domination.
What do you mean, partners?
Exactly that. 50-50. Straight down the road.
Hmm. So is Daniel still going to be making them and you're going to be supplying them, or how's that going to work?
We've how can we put this now? So it all came from a meeting that we had a couple of weeks ago about I wanted Daniel to make some stuff for me. Nothing to do with ProGrip particularly, but I wanted him to make some stuff for me. And we had a little bit of a chat, and he after having a bit further of a chat, we decided that actually ProGrip was a really neat idea, and it wanted some investment and taking to the next level. So we've done exactly that, and we're in the middle of now making our new office area for ProGrip, a production area, a thing that's happening. And quite literally, we've just come in from being in the new ProGrip office and work area, and joined you on the chat.
That's amazing. Daniel, do you live local?
20 minutes away.
Oh, that's not bad. 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So you're going to be 3D printing and everything from PWS?
No. Oh, whoa.
What do you mean? What's the point in having an office space?
From the ProGrip office, not from PWS. It's in a different building.
I don't get it. So it's not in your...
You know the secret building that you went to, Jake?
Yes.
Right. Well, the secret building, right, on the other side of the secret building has got an office and a kitchen and a toilet.
Right.
And it's big enough for everything to happen.
Has it got windows?
Yes, it's got. Whoa! What do you think I'm trying to do? I'm not shutting him away with no windows next door.
Just make him work on his computer, just with no sunlight. Just
No sunlight. Work.
That's amazing.
It has nothing to do with PWS.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically completely separate.
That's amazing, though. What an opportunity to have all that equipment to design your products around as well. To have like unlimited access to all that equipment.
That is one of the reasons why I came to Darren.
Because that's going to push innovation, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Because doing it from home, you've got your equipment, and that's about it. And if you want to, I suppose, if you want to innovate and make new products, you've either got to buy that new product or send people messages and try and get measurements and stuff. It doesn't really work well.
Which happened quite a lot. People messaging me, and they were like, "Can you make this? Can you make that? Can you I have this piece of equipment. I have that." So I said, it's not working. It needs testing. It needs fitment testing first of all.
Mm-hmm.
I need to try it out, actually in action. So I'm sure it works. Basically, this is a good opportunity.
And you're relying on people's measurements being accurate as well. And it's a massive process to take someone's measurements, design it in 3D software, spend hours printing the product, send it out to them only to find that it doesn't actually fit.
Yeah. So then you need to start from scratch, basically, and wonder if it works. Which is not what ProGrip is all about.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How annoying was it when I asked you to make my stuff in a specific color?
It's not annoying. I mean, I like making new things. That's first. Trying to fulfill someone's order is not a big problem, but it takes time. So that's the only thing. Otherwise, it's completely fine.
Yeah. I think because you run a pressure washing service as well, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
And so trying to do all that on the side.
Yeah.
And fill orders and package stuff and send them out. Yeah, that can't be easy. That's very
Not
cool.
easy at all. So for last month, I've been up until 2-3 a.m.
Yeah.
working every day. So
Have you got
meeting
any?
with that, coming home? Yeah.
Have you got any new products that you can show us now?
Shall we do it?
You could show them the upgraded TD300, which is going to be the new version of TD. It's just on the it's just what we've been doing is we might have put some of the development products on the shelf in the showroom. So every time somebody walks in and sees it, they go, "Ooh, what's this?"
That's a good idea.
So we could try and gauge a bit of feedback of what they think, because we've made a few changes.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you that have been on the site, will have seen the it looked like just a single hook. I'm going to have to turn the blur off. Bear with.
What's a TD300? Is that a surface cleaner?
Yes. If I turn the blur off, no zooming in on the background and looking at all these orders that are behind me.
This live stream is not high quality enough to do that.
Because there we go. Because this board behind us here that you can't see, that row there is all of the compacts that are sold. That row there is all of the PBs that are sold. That row there is all of the A2s and A4s that are sold. That row there is bespoke and custom stuff. And that row there is what we've actually got frames and can fulfill at this moment in time.
Yeah. You need
so
to...
No looking.
I think it's about time you hired someone. You're getting too popular now.
Got loads of people. So this was the original TD300 mount. So the idea behind it, so Daniel's concept, which is a brilliant concept, was that you go to hook it on the wall and it slides down the rotor arm, lands into the...
I'm just going to pull up an image of the TD300. Did you say TD300?
Yeah, TD300, a Mosmatic 12-inch. They're both the same size bar.
Yeah. So that's a twin bar roof surface cleaner.
Yeah, twin nozzle roof surface cleaner. So the idea behind that is where the bar is underneath, without the wheels. Yes.
Yeah, you take the wheels off.
You push it flat against your van, you pull it down. This guides it into position, locks in. So that was a cool idea, but you sort of had to guess how wide to stick it on your van or what to do. So with a little bit of thought and innovation, the actual new product comes...
Oh, look, it's got a little... Zoom in a bit, go closer. That's amazing, it's got a spirit level inside. That's sick.
Well, that may or may not make it to the final production yet. So thumbs up in the chat if they want the spirit level on it. But the idea is that the bar now holds it at the right gap so that you can just mount it in your van easier. Because we know and I say this with the greatest respect, that a lot of you guys are not very good at drilling in your van or putting things on straight. Jake's ladder, right? And this will make it much easier for fitting in the back of your...
Also, you got to keep in mind that your van is parked on a flat surface and your tyre pressure is correct in each wheel. Else it won't work, will it?
Oh, you don't get to that. That's one of the innovations. We do have a product that we're going to release at the... two products that we're going to release at the Cleaning Expo show.
When you say we, you mean Daniel at ProGrip? Not affiliated with PWS at all?
No. Look us up on Company's House. You'll see. Yeah, let's do the Mytel one. The other one we'll say with the proper...
Daniel, are you going to be at the Cleaning Expo then?
We've nearly.
You need to come and see.
Yeah, we think we've secured a stand at the Clean Expo show for ProGrip on its own. Originally, Daniel was going to come and have a corner of the PWS stand, but this is a bona fide thing on its own without being with us. It needs its own stand. It needs its own people.
That's so cool.
So, this is a proper exclusive game changer.
You've seen it here first. Has anyone else seen this?
These are the two that have been on. These are two test mules that have been out. These are the only two in existence before we put these into production. So you can't find them anywhere, see them anywhere. They're not an evolution of a product like this one is. These are brand new. I'm going to show it you, and can you guess what it's for?
Are you going to patent any of these, Daniel? Because I feel like these are going to... If you've got some real good ideas and good designs like this, it's so risky in this industry that they just get stolen by someone.
The whole pattern idea, yeah, I was thinking about it. The main problem is people will do it anyway.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, the chaps
there's no real protection. You can protect design, you can protect the name, you can protect whatever you want.
But at the end of the day, it's just a hook.
Yeah,
and anybody can draw a hook.
I suppose
what we're kind of looking at.
Putting it out online like this as well, I suppose at least people will know that you've done it first.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something in secret?
Do I know the secret?
You know. There have been a couple of words going around that some people might already start making similar things.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not surprised either.
Just what it is. We think it's a good idea. We're going to roll with it. It's no different than a jet wash on a 2-wheel frame and 20 of us having the idea out there. We just got to make sure that when ProGrip do it, it's better, more efficient, better customer service, better quality product, better everything.
And constant improvement.
Constant improvement and innovation. So, what are the, Jake?
Show me the one on the left. You're right. Closer. That is that to go up onto a scaffolding tower to hold a pole?
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah. How cool is that?
That's sick.
So we're going to produce these in popular sizes. They will be at the expo show.
You know, I was watching Weir Jet Wash's video the other day, and he was doing some roof cleaning, and he said that he has to pull his hose up and like wrap a bungee cord around it and stuff to hold it in place, because the hose is so heavy it sort of drags him down. So something like that would be amazing.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Cool. I see we've got Jamie Clark in the chat. Jamie, I thought I'd rung everybody that was on my list about a cold water van mount. I must have missed you. Please drop me a PM with your number so it's front of my list, and I will bell you in the morning. Jamie, apologies for that one.
Daniel, can I just make another recommendation? If you could do, you know, the GoPro mounts. They've got two little forks with a hole through it. Could you do one of those for the top of a tower that you can rotate? I could show you exactly what it looks like, but I'm using mine right now, so I can't take that off.
I think I know what you mean. Yeah,
it goes on the bottom. It goes on the bottom of one of these, and you put the pin through it and screw it in.
Are you using your GoPro to your live stream?
This isn't a GoPro. It's an Action. It's a DJI and you literally plug it in, and it says, "Do you want to use this as a webcam?" And I click yes, and it's brilliant. Love
Really?
it. Yeah, that's why I bought it. That's one of the reasons I bought it.
Never knew.
I use it for time lapses as well. So something like this, I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can see the live stream, but you can get all different mounts, and they're based on this idea. So if you could do one of those for the top of a tower, I'm sure people would be all over that. Lots of roof cleaners would be into that sort of stuff. That you could rotate.
Hold on, we've lost you. I've got to press backwards.
Absolute amateur.
Yeah, I mean, everything can be made.
Yeah,
Everything
it's just time in it.
Time.
So anyway, that was the news, Jake.
That's amazing.
That was it.
You've been having some issues this week, haven't you?
Yeah, we've just been discussing it tonight, and I think this is. I think we all get this. In one way or another, we're all going to get this in business, and this applies to everybody. And that's the customer that thinks they can blackmail you over a review or whatever it is. You will do this to make me happy, or else. And I'm having to deal with one of those this week, and it's making me a little bit grumpy. But yeah, there's a story behind it, and the story is quite simply: this guy brought one of my boilers the other year. He's had it some time now, and he managed to suck some crap into it. He made one of the switches stick on it, and it meant that it stayed running all the time. And he wasn't listening to it, so he let go of the trigger, and it continued to run, and it melted through one of the diesel pipes. And instead of stopping the kit because it had now gone cold and all the rest of it, he just carried on cleaning, spraying diesel everywhere. And he came trundling down here, moaning and grumping at me halfway through the job. I fixed it immediately for him, and when I wanted to test it, he wouldn't let me. He was in too much of a rush. He needed to go again. And anyway, sure enough, he went back to his job. 30 minutes later, he did exactly the same thing again because the boiler was jammed on all the time. So every time he let go of the trigger, it was just superheating his boiler. Sprayed fuel again all over the customer's drive. Came down telling me that I was X, Y, and Z, and obviously it was a piece of crap and all the rest of it. And I'm saying, look, you're the only guy out of all the boilers we've ever sold that this particular pipes ever burst on. And to go twice in a day, I'm like, look, there's something wrong with your boiler here. Let me investigate. Fine. So I had a look at it, found his switch was jammed, fixed it. And when I'm talking to him about it, saying, you do realise that if you was using it correctly and you were paying attention to what you were doing, this wouldn't have happened. And of course, he went up like an absolute pop bottle. This was some 6 months ago. This happened. And just recently, he's decided to start trying to blackmail me and tell me that I should be grateful he's kept quiet about this. And he's trying to blackmail me for 190 quid, which is what it cost him to put the driveway right. Which I think is just shocking.
I mean,
what I will say is, if you brought a brand new piece of kit off me and it went away and it went wrong on the first day or whatever, we hadn't tightened a clip up or we genuinely made a mistake and it was our fault, I'd be the first person there to put it right for you. Do you know what I mean? I've got no issue with customer service. I've got no issue with looking after people. But to come sort of 6 months after the fact and then start trying to blackmail me now for other gain, I just think it's shocking. And you're all going to get it, unfortunately. I was speaking to another trader about this and he was saying he missed, he was cleaning something. It was really wet when he was cleaning and he missed a block or he missed some muck. And the customer's like, you'll come back here now or else I will leave you a 1-star review.
It's mad, isn't it?
It's crazy. It's really, really, really crazy. But yeah, it was just to keep your chin up. Nice sort of something to think about and leave you guys with. But how does everybody else deal with these people?
Well, that's you're gonna be thinking about this for weeks, and yeah, it's gonna consume you, because when stuff like this goes wrong and bad things happen and people get angry, like that's the worst thing in the world, when you know someone's not happy with something you've done, regardless of whose fault it is. It just plays on your mind so much. It causes so much stress. But I mean, you can't hold someone to 6 months down the line if something's malfunctioned, regardless of whether it's spilt all over the drive or not. Like I spilt oil all over someone's patio when my first machine went wrong, and I didn't call the company and say it's your fault that oil's come out of the patio. The machine was 6 months old. It wasn't designed for commercial use. I was overstretching it anyway. Like, it's not their fault. It's my fault.
Did you knock it over?
No, one of the seals went in the pump, and
It just like
started dripping oil. It was a very, very cheap machine, but I knew what I was buying when I bought it, so that's a shame. Let's not end it on a downer though, because you guys.
No, we're having a good time. Daniel's
Somebody asking, making hangers for PPE.
Where are we?
Rob.
Daniel, get closer to the mic because we can't hear you very well.
It's a shout.
I'm not reading the questions. I'm still too far up. What's going on?
Oh, what are you drinking? You're not getting drunk again? I called my Jake last Tuesday morning, and he was still absolutely smashed.
No, it wasn't. What are you talking about?
My Jake had been hammering it back.
That's a blatant lie. When did you call me?
The next day, and you were like, "Oh, I drank some whiskey." And
Darren, I'm up at 7 o'clock every morning with my little girl. I never drink enough to get like that. You knobhead.
You have actually rung me when I'm still in bed in the morning.
Do you know what? You're supposed to be in work for 9 o'clock, and he was still in bed at 8:30. And you did that thing. I rang you, and you answered, and you started rubbing your eyes, pretending you've only just got up.
You're lucky. You're lucky. I didn't pan out with the camera. I'm not shy, you know.
Oh God.
I sleep like a naked baby, fat one at that.
Question for you, Darren. Can I have a free van mount if I wrap the van green and agree to only wear green for 6 months?
Where's that in the chat? Really?
Have you, Daniel? Have you got like a specific color that you're going with? Because I know you've done green, you've done grey. Is there a certain? Are you going to do like Green Army stuff or what?
Well, okay. So let's deal with what the plan is for. Let's let it out what the plan is for ProGrip. The plan is ProGrip's going to have its own colour, which will be a single colour. And then we are going to offer, we plan to distribute the product. So let's pick on the Green Army, right? So PWS is going to commission ProGrip to make us some. There's a bright green one next door. Green one. Make us some in green that say Alpha Grip, right? And we're going to sell them as our own product.
Alpha Grip.
Right? Alpha Grip, whatever we're going to call it. Do you know what I mean? The gripper. And we're going to have our own done in our own colour, and they're not going to say ProGrip on them. And these are the matching colours. Look, so that's see how the different colours.
Yeah.
They won't say ProGrip. It's going to say Alpha on it. Yeah. They won't say. Anyway,
Daniel, be careful. Be careful with this one because he's going to.
No. So the plan is to make these for other people to sell as their product. So the Alpha stuff will have the Alpha logo on it. If we do for other brands, it'll have theirs, and they can choose their colour. Hello.
Do you want to say hello to Darren? No, she doesn't.
Jokes.
Wounded. Yeah.
This is Daniel as well. Do you remember Daniel?
Yeah, hang on. You shoving
Sorry.
it in my nothing.
Sorry. You going swimming?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, just going or just coming back?
Just going.
Going. How many lengths we're going to do tonight?
Probably not much of a swim, more of a run if my ankles will let me today. And my knees.
You're going to run in the pool, Eddie Hall style.
Easier, innit?
Go on then.
You're going to run in the pool widths.
Run widths. She's running on the track and then she gets in the pool afterwards.
Oh, okay. So, because Eddie Hall, are you laughing like I'm taking the piss now, my Jake? Right? Eddie Hall genuinely does run in the pool as part of his training.
Ooh.
He does his resistance training. You need to look it up. Strongman training. He still thinks I'm taking the piss. I'm not. Straight up.
Can I ask you a favour?
Yeah.
If you come off, can you plate up the stuff before I come home? It's literally still cooking now, but I'm going to turn it off, and then can you just dish it into 4 bowls?
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, it might be a couple of hours yet though.
4. That's fine. I'll just.
Okay.
Fine.
Yep. Love you.
What
Have
we
a good swim.
having for tea, my Jake?
Where are your headphones? Sorry.
What we having for tea?
I don't know where they are. They might be in the van. I don't know. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Lasagna. Have you guys eaten tonight?
No, not yet. I believe the current Mrs. N has made me some food and it's at home. Danielson is probably a KFC on the way home, knowing Danielson.
So there's my Jakey and Daniel's son.
We're getting the movie references in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jake wants orange ProGrips. Jake's already got orange ProGrips, and I've just realised Daniel's actually featured them on the website, which you didn't tell me about.
Yeah, we're going to charge you for that, Jake, advertising.
You're going to charge me?
Yeah.
I love how you're saying we, like it's fully we now, isn't it?
He thinks I'm joking. Yeah. Do you think we're joking?
Are you actually fully 50-50 and everything now, business partners?
Yeah, it's all been done. It's been done for weeks, man.
Daniel, you sold your soul to the devil.
He's an angel.
He's an angel. No, that's very cool. This you're gonna. This is gonna skyrocket now. Like this is insane. That Daniel, when did you make your first product? Do you remember?
Like first, like ProGrip.
Yeah.
January this week, this year.
January.
Yeah.
That's insane. So you've gone from making your first product to building a website, making custom orders, actually shipping them to the person, charging money for them. You had a deal with AC pressure washers. They were supplying them. You're now hooked up with Darren. Like, how quickly has this business taken off? That's crazy.
Yeah. At first, I honestly didn't expect anything like this. Everything started from one post on Facebook. Because I made these purely for myself. Because I had problems with lances, with poles always flying in my van. And, once I posted something on Facebook, like 40 people just started messaging me. 40, 50 people. And it just went up, it just went crazy overnight.
You obviously recognized like a niche in the market that everyone was waiting for.
Yeah. And to be honest, I was wondering why not a single supplier made something like this to include with their poles or to include with someone or something that they're selling. And they've been in the business for like 20, 30 years or so. And me being on tools every day, I could actually see what we need, including you or anybody else who's running the business. So that's another benefit because I'm with the tools every day and I see what's helpful, what can be useful.
Yeah.
So on and so forth.
And making stuff isn't easy. Like 3D printers have like helped, but making a product that actually works, that's shippable, is not easy.
So I've been designing for around 5 years now. So I actually had experience in it, but never had the chance to put the product in front of people.
What's the biggest thing you can print?
You mean the size?
Yeah.
Massive.
Massive.
Are we going to release FiberX?
Is there actually?
There's talk of making a lady product.
Oh, is that what you mean by Vibro X?
Well, no, the Vibro XX called the Vibro Triple X.
It's going to be 200 bars.
200 bars of performance.
Is there going to be some sort of like tornado style? No, it's very cool. Very cool story. I love that you're doing this. It's amazing. Very good success story.
Well, we'll see. It should be good. Give it a year. It'll be exciting. You'll still be able to buy it from the same usual outlets. You just might see some with our colours on. You know, like I say, from a PWS point of view, not ProGrip point of view, we're commissioning ProGrip to make some stuff for us in our colours for us to use. Yeah, we may well put them into Amazon as well for fulfillment and all the rest of it. So there's plans. The biggest thing we're doing at the moment is getting all of the new gear, because there's a substantial amount of equipment been purchased, which is what we're up late tonight doing, to upscale the production by 700 or 800% more than what Daniel was able to do with his small little several printer setup he had before. So we've gone pretty balls deep.
That's amazing. Are you going to be doing all the colours, custom orders?
No more custom orders. No, not unless you've got a deep pockets.
Yeah, not me then. I'm tight.
Yeah, like Jake.
Like my Jake. My Jake will buy bling. So my Jake's MO is, if it's shiny and blingy, he'll spend all the money in the world buying it. If it's boring but necessary, got to cut a corner on it.
Or fit it wobbly.
Or fit it wobbly, yeah.
If you made a ProGrip version to hang shelves, hang shovels and brooms. You've done a broom one, haven't you? For me.
One for you, but I had somebody. I just sent out a custom order for gardening service company. So he had some shovels, he had some trimmers, and all sorts. So he had to send me measurements. So I made him a custom order, actually.
Awesome.
So I'm waiting for him to get back to me and tell me they actually work. No.
Nice.
That's what you mentioned, you know. Now it's waiting game to see if they fit or not.
Oh, your microphone's gone all robotic.
That's the old internet connection.
Yeah, it's gone a bit weird.
Okay. Let's go sign out, my Jake.
Okay, really good to talk to you both. This is very cool. I'm glad you're doing this together.
Catch you soon, guys.
All right, see you in a bit. That's wicked. Exclusive. You heard it here first. That's ProGrip making moves. Dragon's Den jobby. Hippo grip. I missed some questions further up. I'm just going to go back up to see what's going on. There's been quite a few messages. I'm sorry. Big shout out to CPW Exterior Cleaning. Darren, welcome. Can you show the difference between permeable and normal block paving? Sure. So you'll generally find permeable block paving on new builds, and you can tell it's permeable because it's got these jagged edges. See these little jaggies? And these require grit rather than sand, and it's normally fitted on new builds because rather than, say you've got like a steep road or a street, rather than heavy rain all just flowing down the street and pooling at the bottom and potentially causing floods, this stuff will allow water to, you know, seep through the driveways, through the grit, and out through the bottom and absorb into the soil. So with this stuff, you'd want to use like you'd want to use some, it's like shingle or aggregate that you brush between the joints, like this 1 to 4 mil granite, this sort of stuff. It can get quite expensive. That actually looks quite big, really. I've never done it. I've had a couple of jobs where I've quoted it, but it does get quite expensive, so I've never actually landed any. But that's how you can tell. Today I started my brand new Honda GX 390 for the first time. Nice. Cracking machine. Water's still coming out, still pressure there, but very little, and it did keep cutting out. The pump didn't sound too healthy. I tried all sorts. Oh, that's annoying. Sorry to hear that, mate. What machine is it? Is it like a fairly new machine, or? Craig and I have a meeting in the morning to quote and do gutters, fascias and soffits and windows to 180 houses. That's a big contract. Jesus. I think I spoke to him about it. I'm thinking of starting a YouTube channel. Do you have any advice? I'm finding it a little awkward when I go to record and the customer comes out. Yeah, I don't record in front of the customer unless they know I'm doing like a YouTube video or something. I'll always say, are you happy with me doing some filming and stuff for social media? I don't tell them I'm a YouTuber or anything like that. I don't really consider myself a YouTuber. I just say, is it okay if I take some pictures and videos for my social media? And they always say yes. And I don't like doing the whole selfie camera, talking to the camera in front of the customer and stuff. I'm quite comfortable, you know, pointing the camera at the floor and talking over what I'm discussing and stuff. Talking over what I'm filming, but I don't like pointing the camera at myself while I know the customer's like looking out the window or whatever. Yeah, I find that a bit weird as well. But in terms of like advice, I think just experience. Just keep filming. Film everything you do. Even the bad bits. When stuff goes wrong, the first thing I do is get the camera out. Like when I had that flood on the van the other day, I was walking over to it. I could see water spinning out the van. I was like, oh God. Turn the camera on. Let's see what's going on. Like, because it all makes for good content, I suppose, doesn't it? Hooper, welcome. Nice homes, well done. Not bad for a 16-year-old, started in April. You're 16 years old? 4 days to clean, 1 to sand. Nice, that's awesome. Well done. Can you show the difference? Oh, I've already read that. Can you turn that music down a tad? Gets loud sometimes, sorry about that. How's the music levels now? Hi Jake, what marketing tool will give me the most return on the money? Facebook, Google, flyers, I just got my pressure washer and starting off this year while keeping my job. Ricardo, my journey when it comes to marketing and stuff didn't involve spending any money whatsoever. If you've got limited amounts of content and you're not doing much work at the moment, I would avoid any sort of paid advertising personally. You know, with a website, you need photos and reviews and stuff to make it worth even having a website in the first place, really. Leaflets, I haven't found to be effective at all. I think I've got one job from like over 700 leaflets that I've posted. And that's not a lot of leaflets, I know, but I'd expect more than one job. And they're pretty decent leaflets as well, I thought, but I would say take photos of every single thing you do, start an Instagram account and a Facebook account for your business, and just start posting before and afters. That's exactly what I did. That's my advice because that's what helped me. Other people have totally different advice because other things have worked for them, but I wouldn't pay for Google ads. I wouldn't pay to boost your posts on Facebook and stuff, because when people click on your page and there's virtually no content and no reviews, nothing, it's going to be a massive waste of money for you. So personally, just keep posting stuff. It's going to be based on family and friends recommending you at the early stages. It's not going to be like organic traffic coming into your website or whatever. It's going to be recommendations. So do as many friends and family as you can. Make sure you're charging them for it. Don't do loads of work for free. Just do it a little bit cheaper maybe. Get the pictures, get the videos, and just start posting. What weed killer do you recommend? I don't use weed killer because I'm not allowed. But give PWS a ring because they've got a product in the works. Don't forget to drop out of the live chat and hit the like button and pop back in. Thank you, Millhouse. You say that every time. That's so lovely. It does help, by the way, if anyone's watching the live stream. You can either you can hit subscribe just under the live stream. You can like it. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up. On my latest video, there's a bunch of like thumbs downs on it for some reason, which is a bit rude, isn't it? I don't know why people dislike my videos. I don't think I've done anything particularly wrong to upset them. That's like 96% ratio, so 96% likes and obviously 4% dislikes, but I don't understand it really. But basically, every time you guys like or comment on one of my videos, the algorithm pushes it in front of more people. So if you want to support me and you're not able to do it financially for whatever, you know, I totally get it. That'd be the best way to do it. Thank you so much. Cannot wait to finally meet Darren when I've saved up a few pennies. Hi Jake, would you consider a free helping hand and so I could gain experience? I really appreciate all the help and advice. I'm looking to get into pressure washing game, looking to take it on alongside my full-time job like you did initially. I've got some time coming up. Callum, thanks for joining the live stream. I'm not really in a position to quite a few people ask me that question, and I feel like at this point it'd be unfair to just pick one of them. And also I'm a little bit socially awkward, and I you know, spending all day in the van with someone I don't particularly know very well. I I don't think I'm the best person to like train someone either, like on the job stuff. It's not really me. Potentially like confidence issues, I don't know. It's okay when I'm making videos and stuff because I can sort of take my time and think about what I want to say, but tend to trip up on my words when I'm in front of people. And you'll probably see if anyone comes to like the if anyone goes to the cleaning expo and stuff, like I don't do very good in those situations when there's a lot of people and small talk and yeah, it's all a bit awkward for me, so I struggle a little bit. I think I will be getting help at some point, but I've got trust issues as well, so I need to make sure I pick the right person. But thank you for watching, and there's plenty of videos on this channel where you can find all the information you need to start up your business and be successful. I use boiling water on all the weeds on my patio joints and block pavers out front. Hardly anything has come back. The odd little one just hit with boiling water again and it's gone, really. So in that case, like steam cleaning block paving is probably like a really good idea then. Are you going to the window cleaning thing? Yes. The cleaning expo. I forgot to ask Darren about the cleaning expo because apparently there's some drinks. They were talking about drinky poos the other day, on the night before though. Where were they talking? Bit in general chat. I don't know where it's gone. I don't know. Look at this. They've got it balanced on an extension reel. That's crazy. That one's not even on the ground. The wheel behind it. That's insane. I saw this the other day, which I thought was interesting. It's a gutter clearer. Little robot that goes through the gutter and just flicks mud everywhere. The only thing that's doing is spreading the dirt around in the gutter. I mean, the gutter's not even full. I'd like to see that on like a full gutter. I mean, it's an interesting solution. It is just flicking dirt everywhere, and I don't think it's really doing the job. I don't think it's doing the job. That's funny. I'll just leave this here, by the way. Daniel's quite timid, isn't he? A little bit shy. A little bit quiet. Seems quite humble. Seems like a nice guy. I didn't really get much chance to talk to him when I met him at PWS, but I'd like to get to know him a bit better. When are you going to ring me regarding the cold water? Oh, you already went through that. Do you get a certificate after the Pure Seal training? Yes, you do. Yep. Oh, Hooper's the one that... Oh, that's awesome. We had the pressure washer machine you first started with. It shot up in price. I'm not really sure which one you're talking about. The Parker brand machine actually went down in price. Yeah, boiling water. Tried distilled vinegar, they just kept coming back. Obviously jet washed it all, but put boiling water down a few days previously, then sand. Yeah, I do like my DJI stuff. I used to have a drone, and I loved the camera quality on that, so I knew the camera quality was going to be good on this one as well. I'm an hour late. Sorry, just catching up on everyone's messages. Evening Costa, welcome. I've already got my orange ProGrips. Yeah, I'm all sorted. Lasagna. The ProGrip is the best invention since they mixed gin with tonic. Absolute solid. Oh, I love mine. I love mine too. Yeah, I'm very happy with my ProGrips. Did you speak to Darren about your needle valve and how to keep it tight? No. I've mentioned it a couple of times, but I just can't. I need to find the time to get back over there. But I found this one today at Pressure Washer Sales and Service in Evesham, and this one was much tighter, much stiffer to turn, which I think would be better for me, for my machine. I've had a bit of an issue where, I don't know whether it's the vibrations or whatever, but every time I come on and off the trigger, the needle valve moves by itself and it's reducing the pressure. So unless it's full tight on 200 bar, I don't need 200 bar all the time. So if I loosen it off slightly and drop the pressure down and then try and use it, the pressure will slowly drop over the course of the next 30 seconds, and then I'll end up with nothing coming out the trigger, and it's quite annoying. So I do need to get it sorted. What was the first thing Daniel made? I think it was probably the lance holders. I might be wrong. Get a patent on it if it's not already in motion. Yeah, I mean, like Daniel says, that the patents are sometimes not worth the paper they're written on, because people will just find ways around it. Orange all the way. Dragon's Den jobby. Can Daniel make ProGrip mount for ladders that specifically holds to a sprinter? Shut up. It would be good to be able to clip a water-fed pole across the tank. Yeah. Trouble is then you'd be screwing into your tank. I did think about that, and the thing about the tanks, water-fed poles are generally wider than the width of your van. They're like longer than the width of your van, and so tanks are normally positioned widthways in the back of the van, and so it might not work. Crazy how someone could start something in January and be smashing it by March. Yeah, it's astonishing, really. It is. It's crazy that he's been so successful with it. But he's made a good product. He's done it in all the right ways. He's done it on social media. He's caught people's attention. And then he's actually been able to ship and deliver a product. Like, people can get on the website, they can order it, and he's fulfilling the orders. Because the thing people sometimes do when they make a product or they invent something is they'll put the feelers out there for feedback and stuff. And that's as far as it goes. And they get stuck on the perfecting something stage, and they never actually make it purchasable. You've got to make it purchasable so people can actually get their hands on it. And if it's a good idea, people will buy it. He's going to be a millionaire. Yep, maybe. Yo, Oakside, welcome. I just started 1 month ago. I just kept posting on YouTube Shorts. Nice. That's awesome. Agreed with a company to do SEO on my website today. Not cheap, but hopefully worth it. Nice, Dave. Free work is a must, to be honest. Do turn away from it. I don't know if free work should be something you you do too much of. I think in the early stages, you know, 1 or 2 jobs is fine, but you gotta make sure your equipment earns its money back within the first couple of weeks. If you're buying, you know, a small £300-400 machine, you want that paid off within a couple of weeks, really, with the work that you're pulling in. You know, you could get that paid in 1, 2, 3 jobs easy, as long as you're pricing things right. Brushing grit should be £5 to £6 a bag. Do you know, Steve? Have you got like a link to one that you use? Because I've not got like a solid place that I want to buy it from yet, because they all look slightly not what I'm after. The best way to get work is packing a house at the start of the estate and doing it for free. Picking a house at the start of the estate and doing it for free. People will stop you and ask to do their house. That's a good idea. Yeah. Pick the very first house. Make sure your van's sign written or whatever, or you've got a sign up or something so people can see the name of your business. Yeah, that's a good idea. Don't work for nothing. Yep. You wouldn't have the flood in the. You wouldn't have the flood in the Mercedes now. I don't know. I've had some leaks. Honestly, I've had a couple of leaks. I've already got some wet patches in my. What's it called? Fly lining. Rank in Google Map Pack. Fully complete the Google business profile. It's all free, worth the time. That's a good idea, Pete. Yep, that's very worthwhile. Although they can be quite specific with what they need. I think some of the lads in my Discord had issues with Google recently where they had to do like video calls. They had to take pictures of their vans that were sign written. They had to take pictures of their equipment and stuff. Like it's a bit weird actually. You know, to get like authorized on Google as a business page. Problem with helping hands is our public liabilities don't cover the people, so a free helping hand will end up costing you money to work for free. I don't know what you mean. Ace of Sprays has been a member for 8 months. That's amazing. Thank you so much, mate. Thanks for renewing your membership. That's awesome. I'm just going to play a little advert. Hope you don't mind. I'll be back in just a sec. Now these videos take a lot of time and effort to film and edit on top of trying to run a successful pressure washing business. If you find any of the information in my videos useful, then I'd like for you to consider becoming a paid member of the channel. Circle members and above will get access to my private Discord for members only, where you can pretty much get a hold of me 24 hours a day for inspiration, technical help, marketing advice, or just a general chat. I post pictures and videos that you won't see on any of my other socials. You'll be the first to hear about giveaways, special offers and announcements, and it's just generally a nice place full of like-minded people who are all heading towards similar goals. We've got various different experience levels. We've got a few professionals in the chat as well. If you want to push your business, in my opinion, this is the place to be. We also have 2 other membership tiers. One is just to show a bit of support for the channel, and the other one is for boosted members, which will not only give you access to the private Discord, but also loads of high quality promotional images for you to start your business. I know what it's like when you're ready to get going, but you don't have any before and after pictures to put on your leaflets. At the moment, there's about 150 images that you can use for pretty much whatever you like, and my intention is to constantly update these over the next few years with all of my before and afters that have helped promote my business. Last thing before I let you go. New videos come out every Monday night at 5:30, and then I go live at 7:30 to chat to you guys and answer as many questions as possible. We do live quotes for real customers and just generally keep up to date with everything going on in the pressure washing world. Thanks for watching. Back to the video. Smart Cleaning says, got any advice for phone calls? Typically when I take a call, I stutter a lot and say even when I get a voicemail and call back knowing what I want to say. That's part of the reason why I don't really discuss things via phone calls. I end up saying stuff I don't really mean, and like when you're talking about money, you know, you give the customer the wrong impression and stuff. I like to make sure I've got everything written down. And so I'll normally say, when people call me, I'll normally say, I'll ask them what their name is and stuff, and I'll say, most of the time I am, to be fair, I'm on a job, and I'll say, I'm just on a job at the minute. Would you mind texting me on this number with your name and address, and I'll get back to you in a bit. And that way you can then get into like a text conversation, and that's where I'm more comfortable. I know a lot of people are quite happy doing phone calls and stuff, but yeah, run the business the way you want to run it. You know, just because the customer wants to discuss things over the phone, it might not be best for you. And there's all sorts of companies that don't have people that you can chat to necessarily. I'm not saying, for a small business it won't make too much of a difference, but if you just think on a bigger scale, there's a lot of businesses you can't get in touch with unless you go onto like a chat thing with them on the website and stuff. And it's because it's like an easier way to deal with things. You've got a paper trail of things that have been discussed, and you can just be very clear. Tom, welcome. Jake, what reel did you get for your 3/4 inch low pressure hose? This reel was from Pressure Washer Sales and Service in Evesham. It's this one in the background here. And I believe you can also buy it from it's called, what's the place called? What's the word for moving water about? Not drainage. What's the word for water systems? Come on, someone's got to know. Hoses and drainage, and there's a word, irrigation. Thank you so much. So it's waterirrigation.co.uk. They've got loads of hose, like different grades, different types, different lengths of hose, and they've got these galvanized hose reels. Honestly, I can't recommend it. I think it's a bit shit. I mean, I was talking to the chap at PWSAS today, and we both agreed, like, you either get something like this for 85 quid. Aaron, welcome. Or you do the next massive jump to like 350, 400 quid for a low pressure hose reel. There's like a proper one, like a proper jobby. That's built for the purpose, and yeah, there's no sort of in between. You either get a cheap nasty one or you get a really good one. But this place does all sorts of stuff. Garden hoses. You can get 3/4 inch hose. I think on here it's 19mm hose. 3/4 inch 19mm hose. And it's very reasonably priced actually. And there's all different types that you can choose from. So there's like anti-kink, heavy duty. I was looking at this black one actually. I'm quite interested to try this black 50-meter anti-kink hose because it's only 62 quid including that. Good reviews. I'm sure it's probably quite heavy, but so is my other one. Again, like, I'm sure there's the cheaper ones on their website are just like this is probably just like my Toolstation one that eventually just started kinking and got really bad. But you never know. You have to try some of these products to know what they are. But it's quite a cheap website. They've got lots of different bits and bobs on here. Probably all the fittings that you could ask for. Professional anti-kink garden hose, 19mm, 50 meters for 92 quid. This one's specifically anti-kink. You just don't know how good this stuff is until you buy it, really, and try it out for a couple of months. Matchless kink, twist, abrasion and split resistance versus the leading brands. I mean, it's worth the punt, in it, for 100 quid. Less than 100 quid for 50 meters of that stuff. Bought a cheap 50-meter reel with a plastic handle, fell over and snapped the handle. Oh dear. Show a really good one. So low pressure manual hose reel. You want probably 50 meters of hose on it. I'm not sure if that's 50 meters of 3/4 inch hose. That's probably 1/2 inch actually. So let's go 100 meters. So you're talking, yeah, 150 quid plus VAT. I wonder if they've got a 3/4 inch one. Yeah, I don't know. There's lots of different ones on the market. I'm sure. I'm sure Rutland Pumps have probably got one as well. Low pressure reel. That's mad. Low pressure reel. I'm going to visit Rutland Pumps tomorrow. So a 50 meter stainless steel low pressure reel is £550 plus VAT. So that's a proper jobby. That's 3/8 inch and 1/2 inch outlet. But if you buy a cheap one, you got to sort of expect it to break. Like, you know for a fact this isn't going to break, this is going to last forever. It's a lifetime purchase, whereas if you buy a cheap one, like the one I've got, it's probably not going to last a year, you know what I mean? Let's see, let's have a look at different hose carts. Here we go. So they've got carts with wheels on. A bunch of different ones to choose from. I suppose you just got to make sure you're buying one with the 3/4 inch fittings on it. So there's plenty of choice on this website. And then there's hose reels. I wonder if you can specify. No. This one looks good, but it's got bad reviews. I'd like something that I could mount in the van. That'd be cool. The weak point is the rotating coupling for the water inlet. About half the total weight of the hose rests on the coupling. I've had issues with mine leaking as well. All the fittings just sort of leak on it, which is annoying. And again, these look similar. They're just sort of cheap, pressed, galvanized, whatever they are. That's on a swivel, that one is. Yeah, I think you really do get what you pay for. MPR, welcome, mate. How you doing? I'm so extremely happy today because I have my first call from a client who found me on Facebook. It might sound like nothing, but it made me so happy. No, mate, that's a massive milestone in the business, isn't it? When you get that first call. It's a great feeling. Well done. This is the beginning for you. Golden rule, never quote work in person because you'll always bottle it and quote too low. I think that's one of my rules, actually. Yeah, I do the same. Bought this last week, a £99 Relax Days Cart XL. Relax Days. Really good for the price. Relax Days Cart XL. That does look good. Simple. It looks very similar to mine, but without the pressed galvanized metal. What is that image? That's like 3 different pictures stuck together. Yeah, that looks good, mate. The handle's much more robust than mine is. I've got a terrible little plastic handle on mine. The thing I found with all hose reels, you know, anything on wheels, anything that isn't mounted in the van, trying to wind back in 50 meters of 3/4 inch hose without the thing just moving around and buckling under your legs. I've got to clamp it with my wellies. I've got to wrap my feet around the wheels and try and do my best to guide the hose into place while it's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. I hate it. No, Lee, I've not had it signed written just yet. Just still waiting for a quote to come through. I've got a 12.5mm hose. Would you recommend a larger diameter? Will it starve the pump as it is? It depends on what your machine requires. Prompt. I can't remember what machine you've got, but a 3/4 inch hose, regardless of whether you've got 1/2 inch hose fittings on the end of it, still will give you more potential flow. So you'll find that if you forget about the hose fittings for a minute, if you were to cram a 3/4 inch hose into a 1/2 inch hose fitting, you've got the same diameter hole at the end of it as a 1/2 inch hose. You plug one into the tap, turn it on, measure how long it takes to fill a jug of water, and then plug the other one into a tap. The only difference is 3/4 inch hose, exactly the same fittings. The 3/4 inch hose will fill the jug quicker. And I don't understand it myself. I guess the hose holds more water in it, creates more pressure, allows more throughput. I don't know. Less restrictive. I'm not really sure. And then if you were to compare that to a 3/4 inch hose with actual 3/4 inch fittings, where the orifice is actually bigger on both ends, it will be much faster. So it's no competition. You'll definitely get more flow from a 3/4 inch hose. Whether it will starve your pump or not, it depends on the customer's water pressure. It depends on how much flow your machine requires. If it's a low output machine, like a 10-11 litre per minute machine, you might get away with that on most people's taps without starving your machine. Anything above around about 13 litres per minute, I'd recommend getting a buffer tank. I've got a little tiny buffer tank. Look at this. It's 120 litre buffer tank. This is. It's like hip height. It's only a little baby one, but it's I think it's a really good idea. Because you don't need a massive one generally for most machines. And this machine's only, it's 15 litre per minute, 250 bar. And it's got big thick hoses with it. And you don't need a massive buffer tank for most jobs. And this is the first time I've seen a wheelie bin this small. And I think it's the way forward. I'm going to test it on Wednesday. Thursday. And I'll let you know how I get on with it. I wish there was something similar to PWS/Rutland pumps down south. I'd love to try out their equipment and get advice from people like Darren. Yeah, there's nothing like having like a good local supplier. Rutland have bad customer services. I mean, I'm sure that's your opinion, and I'm sure other people would say they've got great customer service. So it's do they allow reviews? Because that's another thing. Oh, there is a tab for customer reviews on stuff. I think a lot of people speak quite highly about Rutland pumps, so it might be that you've got, a slightly, maybe you caught them on a bad day or something, or maybe it's a bit of a misunderstanding, I don't know. But they're quite well respected in the industry. I'm going to see them tomorrow, just for a chat, because I've never met Ben before. The edges on these WaterTech reels are too sharp, they cut into the hose. Yeah, I noticed that on one that PWS had on the shelf when I went there the other day, and I literally just put my hand on it. Just, people have got this natural attraction. When they see something shiny, they want to touch it for no reason, and that's what I did, and I thought that was quite sharp. Commented first on your earlier video, and it's been removed. This is happening a lot, I find. What did you comment, Millhouse? I've not removed any comments, so I don't know why that's happened. Also, a little update. Since people had some issues with me running adverts on the live stream, I'm not going to be doing that on the live portion of the stream. When it gets re-uploaded to YouTube later on, when I click end stream, there'll be adverts on the replay version, but there won't be any adverts on the live version. So I hope that makes people's viewing experience a little bit better. So when they ask questions and stuff, and I'm about to answer the question, then the advert plays, and then you miss what I've said, that won't happen again. So hopefully that's a better experience for everyone. You ever thought about having the connections on the outside of your van so you can lock the van up if you're far away or around the back of a property? So that would make sense for like a window cleaner or someone, but with pressure washing, you need if I've got like a van mounted system, you need ventilation. So you need cold air coming into the van, and you need to be able to get rid of the exhaust gases. I'm sure there's probably a way that you could vent. You could cut a hole in the van and vent cold air feed, and then like an exhaust feed going out. But I don't know if it's worth it really, because you'd have to hook the hoses up. It'd be very neat if you could do it. I'm sure you could make it very cool and very neat, but I don't want to go cutting big holes in the van really. Michael, welcome. Just came across one of your YouTube shorts on the Titan wet vac. Would you recommend it? Yeah, it depends what you want to do it for, what you want to use it for. Gutter clearing, no, it takes too much modification to get it to work with the big poles. You could fit like a side entry system to it, but at that point, just get a proper gutter vac that's built for the job. For sucking up sludge and stuff, absolutely, it's cheap enough. It does the job very well. And at that price, they're almost disposable, really. And mine never went wrong. I had mine for ages. It never went wrong once. It got me out of lots of sticky situations where I've had like flooding. And it's just useful to have. Very useful to have one. If you haven't got one, get one. also, if you need a gutter vacuum, get a proper gutter vacuum instead. Can you have a look at Jetmax machines, please? Is there anything specific you wanted me to look at? Oh, they've got the Lonkin engines as well. That one looks like it's belt driven. Business starter packs. Oh, they've got beefy beastie boys. Honda GX 390 van pack. £5,000. Is that including VAT? Give me a bigger picture. Please. Damn it. Look at the size of that hose reel. That's a weird fill hose to use. One of them expandy weird ones. That's a strange choice on there. I mean, it might work fantastic. That might be a great idea, but that seems like a weird hose choice. That one's massive, isn't it? How big's that hose? 50 meters of high pressure hose. That looks like more than 50 meters. 50 meters of water fed hose on black painted reel. 650 litre baffled water tank. That looks like a very neat system. Where's the fuel tank? How are you going to fill that? The fuel tank's under there. That's strange. I'm sure you can probably lean over and get to it from the back. Vanguard V-twin on a cart. Tornado package, £2,500. 3,000 PSI. What's that for on the front there? Is that to fit one of those bars? Is it to fit like a power broom or something to the front of the surface cleaner? I tried one of those at with a Equip to Clean, and it's good for like if you can't use the power bar, like the power broom, and the surface cleaner at the same time. You've got two triggers on it. You can use them both at the same time, but the flow isn't enough to make both of them useful at the same time. So you'll need to surface clean with one and then go back and then use the power broom on the other. And it will save time. It's just not as good as you expect. Yeah, there we go, look. Evening, guys and girls. The bin cleaner pressure washing, welcome. Good evening. New machine looks good. Are you bringing all your tools to the expo? It's a 3-hour drive from Essex and I'm not too sure what to take. What do you mean, your tools? How come you need your tools to go to the cleaning expo? Are you planning on like doing some upgrades on the day? Are you going to buy stuff and fit it on the day? I got my bin from PWSAS. Nice. Where'd you get that wheelie bin? PWSAS. Pressure washer sales and service in Evesham. So you're bringing your van down. You're going to make some purchases and then you're going to go out into the car park and do some upgrades on the day. That's pretty cool. You should film that. That'd be quite a fun video. Do you even know what you want? Or are you just gonna see what sort of takes your fancy and think, oh, I need that. Oh, I need that as well. Oh, I didn't know I needed that, but I actually do need that. I've got to be careful about how much money I take. Could be a very expensive day. Got that JCB 4000 PSI. Every time it's brought up, I take notes. Thanks for the tips on those diameters. No worries. No worries, mate. Rock up and buy whatever. Nice. If anyone hasn't already seen LRS exterior, he's just started doing some videos on YouTube. I watched your block paving clean, and I watched your roof cleaning video as well. Just started your YouTube channel. Oh, that was 5 months ago. I thought that was quite recent. Go and check that one out if you're looking for another exterior cleaning YouTuber to watch. Very good content. I don't understand these massive V-twins and stuff on these huge reels, because where are you going to wheel that? You know what I mean? Is that going to go in the van? And if it is, why is it on wheels? And if it's going to come out the van, how are you getting that in and out the van? And are you really dragging that around people's property? Like, I understand. And it's only 15 litres per minute. What's the point? What is this song? Can anyone explain what the point of this machine is? Diesel engine. Made it for the last 30 minutes. Is it got a boiler on it? Flow sensitive unloader, electric start. Okay, is it like a drain jetting one? It's 500 bar, 7,250 psi. The Thor, I can talk about them. Nothing's happened, Darren, no. I don't understand a machine this big on a hose reel, like on a trolley with wheels. You know what I mean? Are you really going to drag that round and take it in and out of the van and stuff? Surely that should be in a van mounted system. That looks like high pressure, low flow to jet drains. Yeah. 400 bar, 18 litres per minute. 200 bar, 41 litres per minute. Very good result. Beautiful. The design hasn't changed in 20 years. I think I saw one of these. I think either Rutland pumps or AC pressure washers had something similar to this, like a 40 odd litre per minute machine at their at the cleaning expo. Just seems like unnecessarily big. Wouldn't fit in my RCZ. Looks like it would take 3 people to lift that. I don't think you could lift that with 3 people, to be honest. It took like 6 lads to lift my GX630 into my van. We sold them when they first came out, while Rutland Pumps and AC. Okay. These are quite neat. That's actually very smart. What's going on? I saw something the other day in one of these Sika sealer, neutral patio sealer. I looked on the instructions on the back because a customer had been using this sealer to do his patio in it, to do his printed concrete patio. And the one that he had contained biocide, which I thought was very interesting. I didn't know you could put like biocide inside sealer. I don't think this is the right one. I think it's that B&Q one. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm not that interested. Anyways, great to be on earlier. Happy dash stuff to make. Nice. Thanks, Darren. Where's Darren's video course on machine maintenance? Yeah, he's going to do a full hour-long per episode course on how to service your machine, how to repair every single thing that goes wrong. It's going to be free to the world, aren't you, Darren? Get the bin cleaning rig made up, itching to know what it's going to be like. The bin cleaner, do you have to dispose of your waste like in a certain place? You can't just tip it down the drains, can you? You've got to have like a big water tank on board to put the dirty water in. Parker brand shot up in price. Oh, it has? They finally jumped back on it after it went all the way down to like 200 and something quid. I bought it for like £305. I think it went down as low as like £250. And now it's gone back up, look. Oh, it's out of stock as well. Nice. Yeah, I guess too many people were buying it since watching my videos. Chill, welcome. How you doing? I don't think I've got anything else to talk about, really. I've got some very interesting stuff going on this week. I've got a roof clean to do with my friend Richard. I've got a big limestone job to revisit, which I'll be filming. I'm doing a sponsored video this week. And another big repointing job to do as well. So I might just film everything and make one big mega video. I don't know. Or I might break it up into parts. I don't know, because it's a sponsored one. I don't want to make like an hour-long sponsored video. What do I do? Some recycle it, but it stinks. I have 2 separate tanks, dirty and clean. That's annoying, isn't it? I think a lot of people think, oh, I could clean bins. You know, £5 a pop or whatever, and I could make a mint, but they don't realise that all the stuff surrounding it. You got to be very careful about what you're doing with all the waste. Would you set up courses for yourself to run? I mean, I put so much free content out on YouTube. I don't see the point in me doing a course really when all the information's already out there. And I don't think I'm in a position to be able to educate people. I'm just trying to share the stuff that I know. I don't think I'm someone that should be teaching anyone necessarily. I know sort of basic best practices and stuff and things that have worked for me, but courses should be taught by someone that's been in the industry for like 8 to 10 years maybe. They've tried lots of different products, lots of different pieces of equipment, and they know what they're talking about. Yeah, Macintosh, he's the perfect person to be running a course really. I'm still very inexperienced in comparison to someone like him, so yeah, I won't be selling courses. There are things that I want to work on that I just haven't found the time just yet. I've got some very cool ideas that I want to make happen, but you know, trying to run a pressure washing business, which is very hard work anyway, and then trying to film everything, edit everything, stick it on YouTube, do the live streams and stuff, it's just added like a whole new layer where I'm struggling to find the time. And then at the same time trying to innovate and create new stuff that people haven't seen before. That takes a massive investment in time and money and resources and stuff, so that's the stuff I want to do. You've been doing it 27 years, nice. This time next year. A bit like Darren, he called me an old bastard the other day. I would learn everything and anything from Jake, but when it comes to putting ladders on a sprinter, I'm not letting that one. Look, they're on the sprinter, the ladders are fixed and they are safe and they work. Whether they're straight or not is a different story. They work. I would like to spend more time on, you know, Daniel's inspired me. I've always been a little bit of a designer at heart. I was doing a lot of product design stuff in school. Spend loads of time in 3D software. I did a lot of game development and stuff, so app development, and I think I'd really like to spend some time doing all that because I've got some very cool ideas that no one's done yet, so just time, innit? Imagine if you had time, if you got to the point where you were earning enough money to get by comfortably doing something you enjoy, but then you still had like a good 4 or 5 hours a day to actually invest in something that, you know, you're comfortable, the bills are sorted, food shopping sorted, everything's paid, you know, getting paid for and stuff, but then you also had all this free time that you could invest into something else. Imagine that. Do you prefer doing pressure washing or doing YouTube stuff? I think they go hand in hand because I couldn't do the YouTube stuff if I didn't have the content. I really enjoy pressure washing and I really enjoy YouTube. And I'm glad that I decided to go down the YouTube route and film everything and, you know, build this community and stuff. I think it's very cool. I'm very lucky to have like a platform like this where people actually listen to me. It's pretty mad, really. If you had a pint, you climb the ladders, no problem. What got you into YouTube? What was your goal with it? Self-learning or documenting the process? Did you ever expect it to get to this stage? No, I've tried YouTube in the past with like video games. I've tried live streaming on Twitch, you know, video games and stuff. I'm not particularly entertaining to listen to. Like, to succeed in that industry, you need to be someone who can just constantly talk to themselves, even if there's no one watching. I made some quite cool videos and stuff, and I like filming and editing. I like all that. It's very time consuming, but I do like it. The thing with YouTube is, I thought, okay, with my job that I've just decided to do, this pressure washing stuff, very satisfying content. And it seems like it might be quite a good way of earning like a passive income. If the YouTube channel got big enough, it could potentially be another revenue stream. And that's what I'm thinking about long term, is expanding my revenue streams. And I hadn't even thought about memberships and subscribers and all that sort of stuff before. It was purely just like ad revenue. Like everything I do is free. Everything I put out there is free. And then if you want to join my like private community and stuff, you can pay for the extras that come with that. But it doesn't cost anything to watch the videos. I like it that way. But I'm definitely going to be looking at stuff in the future that are going to be like additional sources of income, because I don't just want to rely on one thing. And I've always been fascinated by the idea of passive income. Putting something out there, a product or a service, or like an online, I've always thought about it as like an online thing where you set something up that's so innovative and so useful to people, where they will like maybe subscribe to it, or enough people are interested that they, you know, purchase it outright, and just something in the background that's just ticking and generating income, and it's not taking up much of your time. I've always been fascinated by that idea, and like YouTube seems, it's not that, because YouTube is very hard work, and it takes up a lot of my time, and so YouTube isn't that yet. I don't know. I've got lots of ideas, and I think the more that you can diversify yourself, the more potential you've got for income. How often do you fart on people's block paving asking for a friend? What are you talking about, Craig? By the way, if you're hearing any noises, it's the chair. It's not me, by the way. 3D Max. No, I use Blender. I've done a lot of game development and stuff. Like I found a video earlier that I was working on. I've installed a new version of DaVinci Resolve, well, an old version of DaVinci Resolve, and I found one of my old projects on there. This is going to kill my computer now. If stuff starts lagging, I did a devlog. This is a game I made. This might kill my computer. Oh, the media's not there anymore. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. What ideas? Spill the beans. No, because it's literally going to be like industry changing, and I'm not bigging it up because I want to generate hype or anything. But it's an idea where if I said it, I know for a fact someone else is going to copy it tomorrow, and it's too good. It's too good to just give it away like that. You know what I mean? That's not me being cocky. That's just I know how the industry works. I missed the Parker brand in December at £189.99. I paid £208 in January. £379.99 is heading towards Jetmack money. They won't sell many at that price, surely. I don't know what they're doing with the pricing. I don't understand how they can sell it that cheap. 189 quid. Is screaming out for a decent customer management payment app. Bin cleaning is screaming out for a decent customer. I think a lot of the apps are they're broad enough that they'll cover a multitude of different services. I think you could probably get one, a generic one for exterior cleaning would probably do the sort of stuff you want to do. I'm sure you've tried a bunch of them. One day you'll have all the time in the world. Hi Darren, how do you get your first customers? My name's Jake. Darren was the chap that was called us earlier from PWS. I got my first customers by doing jobs for friends and family, and then they recommended me to other people, and then I started posting loads of stuff on Facebook on my business page, and it sort of snowballed from there. That's so funny. I'm streaming on Twitch while watching you now. Really? Yeah, I used to stream like DayZ and stuff. I wonder if I've got any content on here. Yeah, here's me and Sophie playing DayZ, look, ages ago. Just some little clips. Terrible content. Jake, hi Jake, you much on? Does that mean you got much on? I'm booked up now until the middle of April, so I'm the work's coming in, and they're all big jobs as well, which is really nice. I'm not fannying about with little gutter jobs and stuff anymore like I was over the winter. You know, I was doing like 3 or 4 jobs a day over the winter, and now I'm just doing like one big job every day, and sometimes it's spreading across like 2 or 3 days, which is really cool. I reckon you're going to smash it with the YouTube thing. You've got a really nice way about you. Oh, thanks, Tracy. That's very kind of you. I mean, I'm not necessarily interested in growing on YouTube. I know it sounds counterintuitive and it sounds silly, but this subscriber number means nothing to me because I don't think subscribers necessarily affect views at all. Most of my subscribers have come in from like shorts that have done really well. Like that one's got 500,000 views on it. That one's got almost 1 million views on that one. And so these are just, 1.4 million views on that one. These are just people that like the sort of satisfying content and stuff, and they subscribe for more of that style of stuff. Those people aren't the same people that watch my full-length videos. People that watch my full-length stuff are people who are in the industry generally, or thinking about joining the industry. So that number is the views and stuff. I don't think are gonna. Yeah, Sid Partridge. He does satisfying cleaning content as well as he does the voiceovers and stuff. But I think my content is mainly aimed towards people that are interested in like the technical side of things, how to do these jobs in detail, and how the chemicals work, and not necessarily for like the broader consumer base. So I don't see my channel growing much more, really. Once I've got my set viewer base, I can't imagine it'll expand too much, and so I'm not really, that doesn't bother me at all, really. And I think the Discord is like, it's at a good level now. If I suddenly got an influx of like another 50 members into the Discord, it'd start to get really hard to manage, and so I'm happy with the way YouTube's going at the minute. I don't think it necessarily, I'm not looking to get hundreds of thousands of subscribers and stuff. It doesn't really interest me. Would you ever whack up a muted music over what? Oh, hang on. Would you ever whack up a muted music over live stream of a pressure washing job? Just let the camera roll on for big. Just let the camera roll. Yes, Matt. I actually tried to do that. The reason I bought this camera as well, it's a DJI Action 4. I can hook that up to the internet on my phone, and then I can live stream from that directly to YouTube. I don't know if I can put music in the background or anything, but I tried to do it on a job and it didn't work. I don't know whether the internet was too bad or whether I had the settings set up wrong, but I think that'd be quite cool. And I can also put a lapel mic. I can hook up a microphone into the camera, and then a wireless receiver will sort of go onto my jacket or whatever. And so I could still talk throughout the live stream, and I could check the chat on my phone. I could view the chat and stuff and respond to you guys in real time while I'm live streaming. That's something I've been really, really interested in over the last couple of years, but I've not found a good way of doing it, like a reliable. That's the way to do it, isn't it? But it would require you to. I'd love to do it on every single job, but I'd need either an unlimited data plan on my phone. I don't know what would happen if I was to change batteries, because I'd need to constantly change batteries on the camera. Would the live stream turn off every time I change the battery, and would it restart in the same place when I come back on? Like, it'd be very difficult to manage. It'd be very awkward, and I don't think it'd be very reliable, and I don't think the visuals would be that great. So it's something I really want to do. It's funny you mentioned that, actually. I need a wee. I'm sorry. I need to go for a wee. I'm desperate. BRB. Oh God. Fastest weir in the West. Passive income, ching ching, make money while you're asleep. Yeah, I mean, YouTube's doing that. YouTube is generating income while I'm asleep, but it still requires a hell of a lot of my time to get to that point, so you can't class it as passive income. Passive income, in my opinion, is when you set something up, you create a product, you put it out to the world, and it requires little to no maintenance, but it's still generating income. And it's a very difficult thing to create, else, you know, everyone would be on it. If it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. 1v1 me on shipment. Is that Call of Duty? Or CSGO? Creating videos can take longer than doing the pressure washing jobs. Yes, today, I'll tell you a story actually. today I was making this video, and normally I don't leave it this long. I don't leave it till Monday morning, but I was going to do it last night. I was going to edit it last night, and then I decided that I wasn't going to go to London today, and so I thought I'm not going to do it, tonight. I'm going to wait until tomorrow. I've got all day tomorrow. I don't need to stress about it. And so I woke up this morning, got some breakfast, and started editing. And I spent about an hour voicing over this video, and then it crashed. The editing software crashed, DaVinci Resolve, and then I relaunched it. Spent another 3 minutes, like I lost everything. Spent about another 3 minutes dragging the stuff in. Started voicing over again, and then it crashed. And then every time I open that project, within seconds it would crash every single time. Started a new project, the same thing kept happening. I thought it was the footage. I looked online. I downloaded new drivers for my graphics card. Restarted my computer. I did loads of stuff. Ended up rolling back the version of DaVinci Resolve to the last one. And then it started working again. But at that point, I had to drive over to Evesham to pick up that machine. Then I had to go and do some food shopping. And then I came back and again spent another 2 hours editing this video. Then I had to click render. And it takes about half an hour to render the video, 40 minutes maybe. Then I had to upload it to YouTube, which takes about another 40. It said it was going to take an hour and a half. I think it took more like an hour. And so the video was late. It didn't end up uploading until about 6 o'clock. It was just a whole ball of stress. It's a nuisance. And so, yeah, the filming, the time it took me to actually film this, edit it, upload it, create the thumbnail. This wasn't even a intricate thumbnail that needed anything, but sometimes I'll spend an hour just making a thumbnail, just trying different things, positioning the text in different areas, like putting a shadow here, putting, up in the saturation and stuff, and trying to make it look just right. And yeah, it takes a hell of a long time. How old are you? I am 32 on the 25th of this month. It's lagging out, but I've not got any dropped frames on my end. And I'll drop. Hang on. Back to normal now. Quality dropped to 160p. I don't know. I'm sorry about that. Not sure what happened. Sorry. It's not on my end. It looks like it's on YouTube's end. Yeah, I'm 32 at the end of this month. Blender has become a beast. I have Maya since 98, C4D for a good few years. Yeah, I started learning Blender because it's free and I'm tight, and there's plenty of stuff on YouTube that helps you. So, how did you learn your stuff? Were you scared the first time you did your first power wash? No, I was excited. I bought a cheap machine. Started doing it on friends and family stuff. I was just intrigued as to how hard the work was. So I thought, like, I did the numbers. I thought, this is how much I've got to invest to get my equipment. This is how much I think I can make per job. If it's this easy and satisfying, and I can film it and make, get some good content from it, it's a no-brainer, isn't it, really? And it's not easy. I think, things are always harder than you think they're going to be. And there's a learning curve to everything, even the most basic of things. To get really, really good at anything, it's like a rabbit hole, isn't it? When you start doing something, you realise how much there is to learn. But I've got no regrets. I wouldn't change anything. Woodside, welcome. Just on the learning side, You would be surprised if you look at the steps and processes from all you've learned on the day to day. Don't throw it under the bus. Maybe day courses now and then. Prompt, what do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Don't throw it under the bus. I'm not sure what you're saying, mate. Hopefully picked up a new van on Wednesday. Nice. Picking up a new van on Wednesday. What van did you go for? 33 million views off 198 videos. In how many years? Not too shabby. That's in a year. Well, it's been just under a year since I've been like monetized on YouTube. So I don't know. A lot of those most of those views have come from shorts. You need to put your Twitch donation message on your YouTube channel. Have you had a listen? That's funny. Can you explain a little bit how YouTube makes an income? So it's generally based on, I've found through my experience, when I look on my video analytics and stuff, it's based on hours, like watch hours. So the more time people spend watching your videos and watching adverts that are embedded in your videos, YouTube has a pool of money, and they pay the advertisers pay as much as their budget allows, and then YouTube distributes those adverts in the content that most fits the advertisers. So say if you've got like a car, like an automotive YouTube channel, you'll generally see vehicle adverts on that channel, so they'll distribute them where they think they fit best. And if your content qualifies, like it's not controversial, it's not there's not loads of like expletives in the content, there's no yeah, you know what I'm saying. You'll get fed these adverts, or your viewers will get fed those adverts, and part of that advertising revenue goes to the channel. And so if you can make people watch, you can make more people watch for longer, then you'll get paid more, basically. But it's not all about views. It's about like retention and keeping people watching, ideally all the way to the end. Because you can make an hour-long video, but if no one's watching it all the way to, if you're not retaining your viewers, and most of them drop off within the first 30 seconds, which is quite common, you've got to hook them. You've got to hook people and make them stay. And so I try and when I'm doing my videos, you'll see a lot of my videos, they'll start with like a compilation of all the stuff that happens in the video, but like short clips to just let people know what to expect. Obviously the thumbnail lets you know what to expect mainly, but the first 10 or 15 seconds of the video, you want to let the viewer know what to expect, set it up, and then deliver it throughout the video. If there's no delivery, if you're sort of setting it up, or it's slow and it's not engaging, and each clip takes a little bit too long, you don't want to. The thing that makes me click off videos most often is when a single clip is left to play for too long. I think a lot of people make this mistake quite early on, is they set up a time lapse, for example, and it's just in one spot. And yes, it covers all of the content, it covers the whole job, and it's the perfect camera angle. But you need to keep people's eyes moving to different focal points and stuff. And so it's quite important to change the camera angle as often as you can, really. There's a really good video. There's a really good YouTuber called Gox, and he is an absolute master of video editing. He's an artist, wonder if I can just play like a normal one of his videos. Just pay attention to how many frame switches there are and how many different scenes there are and transitions and stuff. He tells a story with every single video, and you can tell just how much effort he puts into each. Like, he could spend like 10 minutes filming one scene that only lasts for 2 or 3 seconds. Like, look at all these. Like, they're just, it's bam, bam, bam. And that's the key to like keeping people watching, is keep giving them like new stuff to look at. And it's very difficult to do that it's quite controlled what he's doing here. Like, he can set the environment because he's at home or he's in a studio. He can set everything up. Whereas when I'm out on a pressure washing job, I'd love to be able to take my DSLR and get some really nice B-roll footage and change the focus and you know, do fade-ins and transitions and all that sort of stuff. Look at this. Like, it's so cool. I aspire to be able to like edit and film like this guy, but I just don't think my job really fits it, unless I've got like I've got a job where I can tell someone, look, I'm going to be doing lots of filming on this job. I'd like to have someone with me, really, an experienced videographer that can do all this while I'm doing the work. God, that was a long answer, wasn't it? We can't really hear the seat squeaking. It's not loud or anything. Okay, good. I just didn't want you to think it's me. Like, Craig. Evening, mate. Got a question. Did you make your own website or did you pay for it to be done? I went on GoDaddy, chose a template and started sticking in loads of my own content. So this is, yeah, just a generic GoDaddy template. I've worked hard on it, don't get me wrong. There's like, it's taken lots of fettling and adjustments, and I'm fortunate enough to have all these photos and all this content that I can put on it. I've just recently added, like, I've had this pressure washing website for about 6 months now, and I never had a pressure washing page on it. I had gutter clearing, solar panels, salt spreading. I never had a pressure washing page until now. Like last couple of weeks, really, I put this on. So if anyone needs any inspiration, I think this is quite good. Like, it's not perfect, and I don't know anything about SEO. But if you need some inspiration for like content for your website, I just found this WhatsApp button as well that you can put on, message us on WhatsApp, which I think is quite cool. Yeah, have a look. I watched today's pointing video. I agree with the pushing in of the joint it with the tool, but if you ever lose it, my tip is to cut a small piece of garden hose. Yeah, someone else told me about that. If you haven't got one of them little tools to compress the jointing compound, just get some garden hose, because it's around about the same diameter. You reckon the Jetmac is good? It depends which one. There's loads of different ones on the website. They all seem reasonably priced. They seem about right. When you open DaVinci, it caused problems. All has been fine since you closed it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I think my computer's I'm trying to do too much with this. It's just like a generic gaming laptop, and I'm trying to, watch videos. I'm on Discord. I'm live streaming. I've got a second monitor going. I've got a camera plugged into it. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on, and then opening some editing software that requires a lot of the CPU is not ideal. I'll have the van on Wednesday, and I bought the X-Jet the other day. Just got the rest of the gear to pick up. It's just the actual pressure washer. A Ford Transit 2020, nice. That's a very for a first van, that's amazing. If you floated a day course every now and then, limited number of attendees, you could get some good numbers, but not need to be a constant all the time setup. But that game changer you mentioned could blow it out the water. I see what you're saying. So you're suggesting that I could run like a course where I have a few people come and join me on jobs and stuff. Yeah, like I said, I don't think I'm the right person to be doing that. I don't think I'm experienced enough to be able to answer everyone's questions. I don't know, maybe. You need to be a certain person to say, I am equipped to give you information that you're going to pay for. I don't know if I'm at that stage where I can start charging people for, experience and information. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Steve says, watching you in a field in a small solo tent, washed a horse box today that's off to Cheltenham tomorrow. Steve, welcome. That's amazing. How on earth are you in a field in a tent? I suppose you've just got internet on your phone, haven't you? That's very cool. Are you camping or something? Are you cold? I wonder how cold it is outside. Is it camping weather? Is it camping weather yet? Looks like a proper professional film. It does, doesn't it? He's amazing. Yeah, Gox Art, if anyone wants to see who this guy is. Incredible YouTube channel. And he blew up very quickly, like, because all of his videos are so well produced. He hasn't had to make, like, comparatively to other YouTubers, 126 videos is not a lot. And he's got no shorts on his channel. So all of these views and subscribers are all organic from his long form content, which is so rare. These days, anyway. Yeah, potentially prompt. Yep. My laptop blows its arse out just editing a video. It's less about 100% specific details. You could rope in Darren or maybe Squeaky. Secretly building my ideal course crew. That might be a good idea. We could collaborate and have like a 3-man course, maybe. Who knows? I don't know. I feel weird about charging people money for information that's readily available out there. The difference with the Pure Seal course is that information isn't readily available. It's very specific to the products that they sell. But with the stuff that I can teach people, they can find it anywhere on YouTube. It's just about putting in the time, I suppose. I understand, like, hands-on with the tools and stuff is very beneficial to people. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Very mild tonight. First camp of the year. Good kit is important when camping, just like pressure washing. Very true. I watch a guy on YouTube that testies. He tests loads of different camping equipment. I bet I could find him just by typing in camping. I think he did. I wonder if it's on this one actually. What's that website? Timu? Yeah, this guy. Kent Survival. He's quite good. He's got a lot of different random stuff that he tests out. If you haven't seen this channel, it's worth a watch. See-through dome. I need to get YouTube Premium, don't I? It's not the info, it's the people one is willing to listen to. But keep in mind when you run out of things to do. Yeah, I will, mate. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you thinking that I'm a good fit for that sort of course. Look at that. It's like the Eden Project. You don't want a clear tent where people can peep in while you're sleeping. I wonder if he's going to cover the inside. I'm going to watch this. I'm going to head off and watch this. I appreciate what you have set up, and the Discord and the people in there answering questions makes me less concerned for bigger jobs and projects in the time to come. That's really nice to know. That's what it's there for. It's like a bit of support. It's a bit of support. It's advice. I like to think that someone can answer a question, and if I'm not like in the middle of a job. Best times for me are like early in the morning, late at night. Someone asks a question in the Discord, and I can just reply straight away, to the best of my knowledge, and hopefully that helps them then, sets their mind at ease. They're not going crazy thinking about it for days. They haven't got to put anything on Facebook and wait for a load of responses. They haven't got to go on YouTube and research it themselves. I can just be there to answer it straight away, and that's my concern with the Discord getting too big, is that I won't be able to do that anymore. There'll be too many people asking questions and I'll miss some. And so I like it how it is at the moment. The Discord helped me loads. Nice. Nice. I'm going to go. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to play an advert before I leave. I'm going to go and watch this in bed, I reckon. I've got to plate up the food. Soph's asked me to plate up some food. Damn it. Right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate all the people contributing tonight. It's been lots of cool questions. Thanks to Darren and Daniel for joining earlier. This is genuinely one of the best bits of my week. I really enjoy this, so thank you all for watching and tuning in. Just seen a bloody great big rat sniffing around my fire. No way. That's so cool. I think that's cool. I love nature and stuff like that. That's wicked. Well, have a good night, Steve. I hope you have a good night's sleep. No worries, everyone. See you in a bit. See you next week. Next week's video should be a really good one, so you should start posting more videos. I'd love to. If I had the time to edit more videos, I definitely would. If anyone wants like a cheeky hour-long midweek stream, just let me know. No worries. Thanks, everyone. See you in a bit. Now, these videos take a lot of time and effort to film and edit, on top of trying to run a successful pressure washing business. If you find any of the information in my videos useful, then I'd like for you to consider becoming a paid member of the channel. Circle members and above will get access to my private Discord for members only, where you can pretty much get a hold of me 24 hours a day for inspiration, technical help, marketing advice, or just a general chat. I post pictures and videos that you won't see on any of my other socials. You'll be the first to hear about giveaways, special offers and announcements, and it's just generally a nice place full of like-minded people who are all heading towards similar goals. We've got various different experience levels, we've got a few professionals in the chat as well. If you want to push your business, in my opinion, this is the place to be. We also have two other membership tiers. One is just to show a bit of support for the channel, and the other one is for boosted members, which will not only give you access to the private Discord, but also loads of high quality promotional images for you to start your business. I know what it's like when you're ready to get going but you don't have any before and after pictures to put on your leaflets. At the moment there's about 150 images that you can use for pretty much whatever you like, and my intention is to constantly update these over the next few years with all of my before and afters that have helped promote my business. Last thing before I let you go, new videos come out every Monday night at 5:30, and then I go live at 7:30 to chat to you guys and answer as many questions as possible. We do live quotes for real customers and just generally keep up to date with everything going on in the pressure washing world. Thanks for watching, back to the video.